Hey, I'm Ethan Gutzeit, and this is my exam number 8 problem video. Okay, so here we got our number 8. This is our problem. Is solve y double prime plus 6y prime minus 16y equals 3t squared with the initial conditions y of 0 equals 0.1 and y prime of 0 equals 0. And finally, we're going to need to find the value of y of 0.2. So first off, for the original equation, we're going to change all the y primes to r's with powers based off of number of primes. Right here is r squared comes from y double prime, r is from y prime, and since there's no prime on the y, there's no r here, so our r equation is r squared plus 6r minus 16 equals 0. We're going to factor that. That gives us r values of 2 and negative 8. And with those numbers, we can plug them into our y sub c. And that's of this form, c1 e to the 2t plus c2 e to the negative 8t. And you can see we're putting the r values in front of the t's on the yc. From there, we're going to guess our yp is this form, a sub 0 plus a sub 1t plus a sub 2t squared. And that's also just based off of our original equation. After this, we're going to take y prime of p just by deriving our yp. It's going to be a sub 1 plus 2a sub 2t. We're going to do it again, derive it again and get our y double prime p, and that is just going to be 2a2. After that, we are going to plug this back into our original equation. Everything in here, the yp's, the y primes, and multiply everything out and then reduce it. Once we do that, we are able to solve for our a's. As you see here, plug this in, we get our a2 is negative 3 over 16. Plug this into another part of the equation, we can get our a1 is negative 9 over 64. Coming down here, finally, we're going to solve for a sub 0. Just plug in our a sub 1, a sub 2. That'll give us a sub 0 equals negative 39 over 512. We're going to put all those a's back into our yp right here. Just put those in front. And then once we do that, we're going to be able to combine our yc and our yp. And that will give us our general solution y. You can see is c sub 1 e to the 2t plus c2 e to the negative 8t minus 3 over 16 t squared minus 9 over 64t minus 39 over 512. Okay, now that we've got our general solution, we're just going to plug in our first initial condition, y0 equals 0.1. Right here, just plug everything in. You know how it goes. We can solve for our c1 and c2 using this equation. We get a little equation for c1. c1 equals 451 over 2,560 minus c2. Then we're going to derive our general solution to get y prime. That's down here. And then we are going to plug in our initial condition, our second initial condition, y prime 0 equals 0. Plug that all in here. Comes out. We're able to solve for c2, which is equal to 271 over 12,800. Using that, we can plug it back into our little equation up here that we already made and solve for c1, 31 over 200. We plug back our new c values into the general solution, and now we can solve for y of 0.2. Plug in 0.2 for all the t's. We get our final answer. There's a value of 0.123710.